Hey, Pete216 here. Here on the channel, we focus on video game news and tips, such as coverage of the Asus ROG Ally launch event that at the time of recording is tomorrow, that so many of us gamers are excited about. However, when a massive news story in the wider world of tech breaks, then we will of course cover that here too. And so, in today's video, we will be looking at the incredible news that myself and so many other Apple fans have been looking forward to now for years. And that is that the professional apps Logic Pro and also Final Cut Pro have just been officially announced by Apple themselves as finally coming to the iPad. Before we get started, I just want to say a massive thank you for all of your amazing support to the channel. As of this recording, we've now smashed through 32,000 views and over 1,000 watched hours after only launching the channel just over 3 weeks ago. Also, we are so close to our next milestone of 250 subscribers. So if you enjoy these videos, then please like and subscribe and share with your friends. And thank you so much for all of your positive comments, such as Tom5351, who said the videos help him relax and happy. So keep up the good work. Thanks so much, Tom. That really does mean so much, and I so appreciate the kind words. Finally, I'd love to hear from wherever you are in the world that you're watching from, such as Top Gun Done, from where my favorite wrestlers Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho from Winnipeg, Canada. Thanks for watching, Top Gun. I'll personally try to reply to as many comments as I can, so keep them coming. So, without further ado, let's get into it. When the first iPad Pro 12.9 launched way back in late 2015, many reviewers praised it as having a lot of potential, but that now iOS app developers have to match the sheer power of the Mac OS and Windows apps. And as these iPad Pros got much more powerful over these past 8 years, this criticism only increased, with The Verge's take on the 2018 version being that the fastest iPad is still just an iPad, and that in no way was it ready to be a true laptop replacement. The legend that is everyone's favourite tech reviewer, MKBHD, finished his review of the super powerful M1 iPad Pro in May 2021, link below in the description, with these incredibly thoughtful comments.
As I explored in this video right up here, it isn't really ready to be like a full-time computer for a lot of people just quite yet. But as a tablet, it's the GOAT. Matter of fact, here's a theory to think about. Is this new iPad too good? Meaning, like, it feels like the only thing holding this iPad back is Apple protecting the Macs a little bit. Because honestly, think about it. If this iPad got the iOS 15 makeover that I want, if it got Final Cut and it got like a serious keyboard dock that you just plug into and it's weighted properly and it doesn't suck on your lap, I wouldn't have a MacBook. Honestly, I would just use this. Like, would anyone need a laptop if the software really made the difference? Something to think about.
Wow. As usual, almost exactly 2 years ago at the time of recording this, Marquez was absolutely bang on the money with his assessment, in that many have argued that the iPad Pro is indeed too good, and Apple themselves were deliberately not releasing Pro apps Logic Pro and Final Cut Pro on the iPad. Otherwise, why would anybody buy a Mac computer? In fact, Marquez himself said one of the key things that needed to happen for him to not own a MacBook, just an iPad, was the release of Final Cut Pro on the iPad. And yes, 8 long years of untapped potential since that first iPad Pro, today is that day. this is why today is a truly groundbreaking day, because it is Apple finally acknowledging that the future of its most powerful Pro apps is shifting towards a fully mobile feature on the iPad. GarageBand and iMovie for iPad are both great apps, but have only given us just glimpses so far into what an exciting music and video content creation powerhouse the iPad can truly be, due to their limited functions and feature set. Being a guitarist myself now for over 25 years, I've dreamt of the day of browsing Logic Pro 10's vast range of guitar pedals and amps on my iPad. And today for us musicians, that day has finally come. Apple announced that Logic Pro and Final Cut Pro for iPad will both be available on the App Store starting Tuesday, May the 23rd, with both having a free trial. Final Cut Pro is compatible with M1 iPad models or later, with Logic Pro available on A12 Bionic chip iPads or later, with both requiring iPad 16.4. Apple Pencil will have key features in both apps, as will an intriguing jog wheel and many other touch enhancements that specifically are for the iPad. Finally, the announcement of a subscription-based model with each app being $5 or pounds every month has had some early criticism, especially if you already have paid hundreds of dollars or pounds to own both apps on the Mac like I have. But in the grand scheme of things, it is a small price to pay for such incredible Pro apps. I remember back in 2010 when I got my first Mac before the Mac App Store was even invented, and Logic Pro 9 was $400 and pounds, which I just couldn't afford, even though I was so desperate to make music with it. So I do think that it will open many opportunities for upcoming artists and bands that wouldn't otherwise be able to access buying a Mac and then at these apps at extra cost. So there we have it, a look at why today's announcement of Logic Pro and Final Cut Pro for the iPad is truly groundbreaking. And I'd love to hear what you think in the comments below. Are you planning to get these apps when they're released? And do you agree with the subscription model, or think that they should have been released as a one-off cost? Well, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and consider supporting the channel by buying a coffee at the link in the description below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.